To find out the scale of the problem, we travelled 4,500 miles to the Himalayan kingdom of Nepal. Each month, hundreds of retired Gurkhas and widows walk for hours, sometimes days, to pick up their pensions in the central city of Pokhara.
We have to collect our pensions no matter what difficulties we face.
I have high blood pressure, my breathing is bad. I cannot walk properly, and that is why I'm with my wife. The pension is vital for my medication and for looking after my family.
We have to collect our pensions no matter what difficulties we face. The British exploited and neglected us. They brought our people into their army. They became rich but made us poor. Now we have lost everything for the price of just serving them.
The British exploited and neglected us. They became rich but made us poor. Now we have lost everything for the price of just serving them.
Many here see next month's appeal in London as their last hope. Human rights lawyers are bringing a landmark case challenging the UK's immigration policy. The futures of 2,000 Gurkhas depend on the result. One of them is Lance Corporal Gyanendra Rai in Kathmandu. Lance Corporal Rai was blown up at Bluff Cove in the Falklands a quarter of a century ago. He was given a medal for his bravery, and now he doesn't even have a pension. His injuries were dreadful and continue to give him pain. He is desperate to come to Britain for treatment. He still has the shrapnel that was embedded in him.
Argentinian artillery.
This could have taken my life. A British soldier was ready to donate his blood to me. Without that, I would have died. I fought in the British Army for 13 years. I was given a medal, but I'm sorry to say I could not get a pension. I am really loyal to the Queen. If I get a chance to go to the UK, I will be happy to serve her and her country again.
The shelling at Bluff Cove was one of the most crucial exchanges in the Falklands campaign. The man in charge of treating the casualties was Surgeon Captain Rick Jolly.
Everyone that's come in here alive, despite their horrible wounds, has gone out alive.
He said Corporal Rai's injuries were among the worst.
When we talk to our soldiers before war, we say, come on lads, I want to see some blood and guts. I mean, he showed both. He left some of his guts behind in the Falklands, and at least 6 pints of his own blood. To say that he has no ties with England is just a shocking, shameful denial of the truth.
Like so many Gurkhas, Lance Corporal Rai feels his homeland is the UK.
I was shocked to be refused a settlement visa. I fought for a long time as a British soldier. There is still British blood running in my body. Unfortunately, all my hopes have turned out just to be dreams.
I don't know whether to be horrified or to just burst out laughing because it's a comedy sketch. I mean, I just think of some little official with a big book of rules sitting there chewing his pencil, shutting his mind to what this guy has been through on our behalf.
But will things change? Queuing for their money, the only thing that's certain is the long walk home. Many of them have applied to move to England, but just making that application costs them a fortune.
A Gurkha must pay £500 in order to come to the UK, which represents 5 years' income in Nepal. I find that shameful that a British soldier must pay what amounts to 5 years' income just for the chance to make an application which is almost certainly going to be refused.
Coming up, the best news for Mr. Pun, while his countrymen decide to take a last stand.
We cannot bear anymore. We better die.
He put his life on the line for us, and now he's living in poverty. Ex-rifleman Ek Bahadur Rana served with the British for 10 years and receives no pension. He's applied for a visa, and just like the others has been told his ties to the UK should be stronger.
I can't begin to tell you how much I am disheartened and what I am feeling now. I want to visit the UK once in my lifetime, and I can have the opportunity to see the Queen. For me, the Queen is like a goddess. She is not only the Queen of the UK, but also the Queen of the world.
And there's no pension for ex-rifleman Bim Prasad Gurung. Recovering from a stroke and partly paralysed, he's been told the only place that can treat him is the West.
My health is deteriorating day by day. I risked my life for the British, but the government is now proving it does not have any consideration for us.
Back in England, the number 27 in Reading is being driven by a Gurkha. Gan Rai was a warrant officer who fought for us for nearly 20 years. He's allowed to stay here, but many of his friends cannot. It's unfair and cruel, he says, that they have to go.
I'm not angry, my heart is broken. We were prepared to die for this country. Now we are not allowed to come into this country. There are many Gurkhas who are young like me. If they come over here, they could shove the Britain again like me.
Time to get up at a cramped flat on the other side of town. Some of Mr. Rai's friends who've been refused visas to remain.